Hey everybody, it's me, Pam, Dragon Moon Creations. Welcome back to my channel. I kind of moved on to Christmas. I hopped over Halloween for just a bit. I had pulled out some paper and I made this. Let me back this up a little bit. There we go. And I made this. It's got the little doors. I forget which one it was. I forget which. I don't know. Anyway, this was one of the cut aparts that was in it, and this is one of the papers. Because I went ahead and lined it with this same paper, and it matched. And this is a cut apart, and I used my my paper hole punch, just a regular paper punch, and I punch out of my scraps. This was some tape that comes from Hobby Lobby, and inside was another one of their cut aparts with a few more of the little gold dots. And this right here is actually nail tape, and it works real good, and it stays down. You just make sure it's on there really good. Actually, when they put it on your nails, I think they paint a clear coat over it, but it seems to stay on my project. And this is one of those refillable pads. Okay, did that, and then I started working on some tags, and you probably see them here. This is inspired by Muriel over at Ms. Cooper's Coop, and let's see. What I used for those, what I cut out was, man, I can't get to it. Hang on. My husband got a package from Amazon, and it came in this. I just dropped some of it, and I had gotten a package, and I have some more of it somewhere. And it's very, very, very fine corrugated paper. See how fine it is? It's just so narrow. When you run it through the die cutting machine, of course, it smishes down. And I had some dies that made the tag and the little hole reinforcers. I backed it with some paper I got out of a new pad that I got at Hobby Lobby the other day. I don't think I had this one. It's a 2023, but I don't think I had this one. And it's very, very pretty. And I will admit I got another one. I got this one when I was there. There was no percentage off, but they were, $4.99 a piece. Anyway, back to the story. So I had a bunch of Christmas stuff, and she said, just get all your Christmas stuff and pull it out. And I did. I have a ridiculous amount of Christmas stuff. I'm a Halloween girl, but it's harder to find Halloween stuff. Anyway, this was a roll of red burlap that I got at Dollar Tree. This was in a package of, I believe it was K & Company, and including the stars. And that was my first one. I just kind of, eased into it. But Muriel, she makes the prettiest tags. And I had the bells, although this one, it's missing its noisemaker inside for some reason. I had the jute. The bells were Dollar Tree. The jute, green jute, was Dollar Tree. And I left them long enough to you could, it's a to and from, so you could tie it to a package. Okay, so that's one. And then I moved on. I said, I had these tags, these little, not tags, they had these little, this one's bigger. It was multi sizes. And the same, only it's a bigger to and from, and I realized that was too big. And then I realized this was way too big, but I have some other smaller letters. But anyway, made the tag bigger. This is some of that Dollar Tree mesh ribbon stuff that you find over in the floral department. The chipboard tree is from Hobby Lobby. These little packages came out of that same, I believe they came out of this one. It was either K & Company that or K & Company another one. I had these old K & Company, because K & Company isn't even in business anymore. But the little stars, I punched out of some scrap glitter paper that I had over there in that, snippet pile. And I had picked this up at Hobby Lobby too because I needed this size of a star. And it was $2.49. Anyway, I did this one. Same thing with the bell, only this bell, I think it has its little thingy in it. But okay, made that one. Then I had I have a couple of rolls of this white mesh. And there's the to and from on the back. These bows were My Little Christmas from Hobby Lobby, and I know I got them on 50% off or something. This was, again, I think a K & Company, very, very old pack. This was from the K & Company, very, very old pack. And then I did the same thing with the glitter stars to give it a little bit more sparkle, especially on that burlap bow, which didn't have anything on it. And I added that. I have a whole bunch of them, and then the same with the bell and the green jute. And then the last one, I was getting kind of tired because I'm not Muriel. I don't do this all the time. My mind isn't set that way. But it's a really good way to use a lot of the old bits and pieces that you have, especially some of the stuff that's too bulky to put on cards. This is pretty bulky. You can't really mail that really easy. So anyway, I found a pack and they were $1, and I think I actually got them from Dollar General. And it had it's got that on the back, and it just had Santa Claus. And it was like a cartoon Santa Claus. He looks like the Santa Claus from that old cartoon movie, The Land of Misfit Toys or something like that. And I used that same red burlap that roll that Dollar Tree long time ago. And since he had a gold star up here on top of that tree, I went ahead and cut out some gold stars from some scrap paper that's over there. And just put them around, made it real simple. Anyway, that's what I've been working on. And that being said, I made some more doilies, believe it or not. Oh, and I cut out some of this to put on card fronts too. Believe it or not, I found another doily die. This one's kind of hard to do too. This was definitely a Temu for $1.79. Oh my gosh. And that one I had, that Tim Holtz one, and I was looking somewhere else and I found some Valentine stuff, and I had even cut out pink, red and pink and white, and it was in my Valentine box, my Valentine ephemera box that I had. So I had these already cut out. I said, I want to keep all my doilies together, no matter what color they are. I wanted to keep them all together. So I had all those, so I put those in there. And I do believe that I had showed you these two the last time. That I made those doilies. There's a blue and a black one. Yeah, quite the doily collection in there. And then I found this doily die. And that's the one that's knockoff of Tim Holtz, I think, the real bugger. I made 2 pink. And what have I got here? 3 of the craft. 3 of the craft paper. I think I had 9 of these, of the black ones, which I really like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wrong. I had 7. And then out of this die that I found, I went ahead and made 3 black and 1 pink. Me and the pink. I don't know what the hell's going on with me. But I love these. This die is another booger. There's no matter how much I shim, no matter how much I cut, I run it through, turn it, run it through again. How many times? There's like one section of this that up in here, it just won't go out. And I was having trouble. I had been using, to weed my dies, I had been using a nail brush. Pretty stiff. But while I was at Hobby Lobby, this was Michael's. While I was there, I got one of these. And it's a, you know, it's a little bit stiffer. And it's got that thing in it. I'm having trouble with this little light over here. And then it's got the needle thing in it. But you have to do that to get those back in. Yeah, I had to learn that. I said, mine's broken. But it wasn't. So I got that. So anyway, I have those dies, those die cuts. And then I brought out this particular die. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is Christmas stuff. But I had these, but I did this one. And I'll give you a sneak peek. This is like snowflakes. I had made I actually made two other for Christmas, and this is the sweater one. And it also has green checks in, not the same green checks. Okay, not the same green checks. It has green checks, but I haven't done this one, and I thought, I got some red paper. You know, it's just hard. Red paper is just hard. That's not red. It's kind of a reddish pink, and I don't really like it, so I'm probably going to cut another one. But I kind of wanted to put the snowflake die, since it was like sweater, you know, sweater weather thing. I need a darker red, I think, for that. Anyway, that's the other one. There's another one in there, but I'm not going to mess with it right now. Maybe, I don't know. All right, anyway, that's what I've been working on. And yeah, I got a lot of catching up to do to Muriel. She is just so good at her down again, at her tags. And these I can make all day long, but the tags, man, this was just something else. Anyway, I took a stab at it, and I will maybe make some more stuff tomorrow. Maybe get back on with you, all right? All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.